Hello, everyone, and welcome to League Review. I'm your host, William, and today we are going to be talking about Week 7 of the LPL podcast. First up, in Week 6, we had a okay week, I would say. We went 4-2, which is usually pretty good, but oops. However, we didn't win many of our predictions in game prediction. The last 3 games of the we lost the very first 2 games on Friday, and then the last 3 games we were unsuccessful in all of the game predictions. So it was only a 9 for 18 point wise. It was a 4-2, so that's put us up to about a 70% or 69% pick rate at the moment. We're getting real close to 70% for the year for the LPL. But we're going to talk about the games, and we're back to 100% normal. We're going to be talking match histories and everything now. So first, with game info is not available. Awesome. Maybe we're not back to 100% normal if I can't find the match histories. That's unfortunate. Let's see. Match schedule here really quickly, and then if we can't find it, we can't find it. You know what I mean? This is Spring Split. Give me 2 seconds, and then we will. But yeah, we had the game. The first game was Team WE versus JDG. Team WE was actually successful in pulling off the upset. I would have never believed that if you would have told me that a few days ago, because Team WE's had just a terrible, terrible split. Oops, I apologize. That's not even the first game. It's BLG versus Dominion Scheming. We're gonna risk it on this website here. But yeah, Dominion Gaming versus BLG. BLG just absolutely destroyed Dominion Gaming in this game. Just wasn't even close. As you can tell, it was 18-7, but they just had full control. This was poor, just absolutely just terrible for Shanghong and Xiaopeng. They went 1-7 and 1-6. They just got camped. ADD on the Camille up top and Meteor on the Silas, just absolutely destroying them all throughout laning phase. I believe by the time the second or first dragon had spawned, Zhao Peng had already died 3 times and on his signature in Italy as well. It was just not a good game. We had the Kiana as well. I still have no clue what Kiana does whatsoever. But and then you had Jin Zhao also going 5-0 as well. So it was just all around very, very good game. 11k gold lead. And yeah, 8 towers to 1. Just all around good job by BLG. They only have the match history for 1 game. Okay, so maybe unless I missed it there, it could be on the way. I don't speak. Oh, I see. Got it. It's right here. Oh well, they beat him pretty bad in game 2 as well. Game number 1 for the JDG versus Team WE. It looked very clean by JDG. Very clean, as in 31-19. That's LPL style right there. If I've ever seen it. But a 9k gold lead, eight kills or 8 towers to 4. 4 dragons to 1. Zoom played the Mordekaiser, and even though he only went 3-5, it was a oh no, that's not the same Mordekaiser. I was thinking the one with Tom Kench, but it was a pretty good game by him, I thought. And I just like to see Mordekaiser. We saw the Karthus. This was with Karthus for JDG on Kanavi instead of I'm totally blanking on his name. Flawless. We did not have Flawless in the game for JDG, but we had Jugao. We still had the Dumpling Brothers. Jugao just 8-5 or 8-3 and 11. 15. I can't even read. Lumao also had a 7-4-10 Pike game against the Tom Kench. Pike is just so disgusting into Tom Kench. It's such a big, big counter. And Vayne just was even though she did get 9 kills, was never really. Ash brought a lot more utility to help the Mordekaiser and the Jace, and the amount of just poke and just like burst, honestly, with Karthus ult into Pike ult. Like Karthus ult towards the end of the game was just half ulting people. Pike can just instantly ult in there. Game number 2, however, was loading. Team WE, and Team WE was very successful in this one, all thanks to the Silas jungle. Silas has been kicked out of the mid lane and the top lane because of the nerfs he's gotten, but he's he's pretty weak early game now, like really, really weak, and they took away a lot of his healing. But now he's a jungler, and he works really well as a jungler, honestly. We also had the Jinx, and like Jinx, just Mystic was just so good on Jinx, 7-1-7, just complete like I thought what he said, like a hyper carry like Jinx gets really fed alongside Silas, just being able to hold people down, and you can have a front line of Silas and Scion with Jace poking for extra like burst, and then you have Jinx rockets. It's a very good team comp here, and then Tom can keep the Jinx safe just in case Zoe gets trouble bubbled by Zoe. Also, I just hate Fiddlestick support. I've always hated it my entire life. I hated it before I even watched pro play. I've never liked Fiddlestick support. I think it's a really impressive lane for the first like 5 levels, and then doesn't do even when you get your ult. Such a non-factor because you don't have items. He literally has a support item, a Zonia's and Moby's, and that's it. There's no AP on there, so the ult is almost meaningless. I've never liked it. I've never liked it at all. It's just like AD Cannon. I hate AD Cannon. This one was Team WE in a much closer game. This was only 6K gold lead, 24-17, big 24 there. Zhao, the Scion just feed lane win game. You had a Zoom just dominating on the Renekton all game at 6-2 and 7, but just wasn't enough because the Pantheon mid for Yagao, it never got going. It works. It's supposed to be a counter to Aurelia. I get that. It just did not work whatsoever. Fell behind. He fell behind, and then obviously was never able to recover because you can't recover if you fall behind on Pantheon. Pantheon Talia is just a disgusting combo. I like it personally in the bot lane. And then Silas Silas is a good jungler. He's very, very good in that jungle. And I definitely don't think we're going to see Lich Banes on him. Idol said TSM sucks. Oh my god, just wait for the NA podcast next week. We have so much to talk about between TSM and CLG and everything. CLG threw just as hard. I cannot wait for the NA podcast. I haven't seen you in a while, Idol. I've been streaming at 11 more so than 10 this time. That's my fault. All team fight tactics. I've been just addicted to that game. I might actually be challenger elo, possibly, maybe master, at worst high diamond. I've been playing that game like this weekend. I played about 25 games this weekend, finished 5th one time, and the rest was top 4 for every single game. But anyway, I'm addicted. I'm gonna have to make a new channel maybe for just pure teamfight tactics. But Mystic just did really good on the Lucian. Mystic is a really good player as well. Missing Lucian Braum, just absolutely very oppressive lane. Nothing really. Guys, it did pull up 5 kills at the end of the day, but their Imp did not have a good game. And as we said before, it was mostly Pantheon. The mid lane just did not do anything this game, and that kind of just snowballed into Lucian Braum being able to play super aggressive because they knew that Pantheon's not going to be roaming as much. Next, we got Fun Plus Phoenix versus Vici Gaming. This went about as well as you would expect it to. Vici Gaming got destroyed to Fun Plus Phoenix. They held their own. They played their own game, which I like to see. They played very aggressive. They tried their best, and it just wasn't enough. That's all I can say. They were making a lot of plays on bot lane. They were getting a lot of early kills with those dives on bot lane against the LWX and Crisp with the Vayne. Oh my God, Varus and Tom Getch. My words are just terrible today. I'm just blowing it. And then the Mordekaiser. This was the Mordekaiser by Gimgoon that I was talking about. This was disgusting. There was the funniest play by the Baron Pit where Mordekaiser was just 1v1 and crushing someone, and then he was gonna get collapsed on, and then Tom Kench ate him to save him, and he spit back out right into the front line, started crushing people again. I was like, stop, don't save me. I am trying to kill people. And it was such a good game by Gimgoon on the Mordekaiser, because Vici Gaming was focusing so much on bot lane. I believe they did 2 or 3 4-man dives before 15 minutes on this bot lane, and they were getting some kills on it, but TN was getting a lot of kills on the Rex side on top of it. A lot of cleanup kills because he was just counter ganking it, and Doinby with a teleport with the Nautilus was providing a lot of CC to that situation as well. So it was never working out for Vici Gaming. Game 2. They don't have Game 2 on here. You don't need to know about Game 2. It was... oh no, Game 2's right here. Game 2 is... 15k gold lead from Pulse Phoenix, 14-3. Whole game just. uh, Puff went 0-5 on Nash. Caitlyn went 7-4, 1-4. LWX wins MVP. Enough said. Actually, I noticed now that LWX has more MVPs than Doinby. They both, if I can scroll up here real quick, it's not on here. Never mind. It's on the other Wikipedia website. But oh no, it's right here. Knight has the most at 8, then LWX at 7, and Doinby at 6. So LWX, I did not realize. I knew he was playing really well, and he's been playing well even in Spring Split. I didn't realize he was playing more, like getting more MVPs than Doinby, which kind of shocked me. And Knight, obviously, the hard carry of top esports, as we all know. Next, we had OMG and OMG and IG. Unfortunately, it does not look like there is match history for. Oh no, that's nope. There's not match history for the next two, but we'll just talk about them briefly. IG versus OMG. IG in the first game came out so strong. They were up 10k gold. I believe this was a very quick game. I don't see a time anywhere unless it is in Chinese, and I fortunately cannot read Chinese or Mandarin, I should say. But this was Ning on the Aatrox jungle, just 5-1-6. Jackie Love 7. I mean, this game, everyone won everything. You know, one of those IG games where they're just better than you at every lane. Karma just never died to the Camille up top. The Camille just could not get going. Actually, World 6, which was the most confusing thing for me because I was watching this game while I was playing Teamfight Tactics, and like I'm just like playing, and the announcers keep making World 6 references. I'm like, they're really running that joke into the ground for like Mario, but like I think they only made the joke like 1 or 2 times. I didn't realize OMG subbed their jungler out for World 6, and I'm like, oh, that's actually his name. I thought they were just making some like Mario reference the entire game while I was like watching. It's a shame on me, I guess, for not paying as much attention as I should have for this game. Game number 2. Nope, that's not game number 2. Game number 2, IG got stomped. The OMG went 25-6. And like this game was, I felt it was one of those weird ones with IG where you always felt like they had a chance, but they just lost every team fight by like small margins most of the time. It was very small margins, but it just never stopped. That small margin kept going and going and going. You had Curse at 9-1-7 on Aatrox, 7-0-6, 7-1-7. Like outside of Kane and Chelly, I was gonna say they subbed a lot of people out. World 6 and Kane now. They still have Curse there and Icon and Chelly, but Chelly is their former ADC, if you did not know that. But now he's a support. But yeah, it's just absolutely. This was a stomp. The other way around. This is one of those for fun games by IG. They did get together. The final game was pretty. I think IG just trolls. Just yeah, exactly. I all just said I think IG just trolls just for the fun of it. Yeah, that was one of those games. If you watched MSI and you remember the fun games that IG played, they were just winning. Sometimes it gets out of control when you have like that way. 9 kills on Aatrox, 7 on Sejuani, like 7 on Akali. No matter how good you are, if the enemy team is that far ahead, you're putting yourself at too much of a handicap at some points. But yeah, it was definitely one of those games. They had it was close kill wise, but it was still a 12k gold lead. IG did take care of business. They were in control pretty much the whole game. And yeah, we saw a Gnar, by the way. We don't see Gnar too often anymore. Gnar versus Kennen, you got that Yordle comp synergy, maybe? No more Yordles? Nope, no Yordle comp synergy. I don't like using Yordles, but I like Elementalists. And Gnar. Gnar's just good for teamfight tactics. But yeah, this was Yuumi. This game was like at the beginning. This was mostly Yuumi and Lucian, where the Lucian dashes and the Yuumi slow and the Lucian dash. Yuumi slow. It's oppressive. It's very very oppressive. Yumi's getting gutted though. I think in the next patch, so I don't think we'll see too much more of her. Next was Top Esports versus JDG. There is no match history link. I guess there's a Reddit link. I can try and see if that's going to help. But match 1 right here, 27 minutes. 18 to 4 kills. This was all Knight. Knights of Relia. My God, man. This guy, there is nothing more out of any of the leagues except maybe Team Liquid just winning NA just because of my bias and my Team Liquid being my favorite team. Like, that might be the only thing that I want more to happen than I want IG, Fun Plus Phoenix, and Top Esports to make Worlds this year. And that's sacrificing RNG, which is kind of a tough sacrifice to make because the LPL is so deep at the top level. Like, their top level is so good. But Knight is so good, and people don't know too much about Knight and Doinby outside of LPL fans. I mean, they hear a little bit, but it's not nearly the level that they need to know about this. He went 10-1 and 5 or 3 on the Aurelia, absolutely destroyed. MVP was him. It was not MVP of the second game though. That was QQ on the Yuumi, and this was Yuumi Lucian again. This one was even worse than the previous game we just saw. With IG, Yuumi Lucian, which is 8-1 and 4. This went 0 and 10 bot lane. Imp on the Caitlyn was just not there at all.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Brian. Brian just resubbed with almost half a year of wasting my free sub. Thanks, Brian. Keeping the support of the podcast. It's all you. All you. Oh, man. Man, this was just a huge blow. Like, it was 21-2, by the way, kill wise. It was almost a 20k gold lead. LeBlanc Knight also didn't win MVP, but he also went 5-0 and 6 on LeBlanc against Talia. Just this top esports team is so good. I cannot emphasize enough how good, especially Knight is on this team, and how badly I want to see him at Worlds. And then EDG, actually, I thought this was kind of an upset. No, not too much. I did pick it, to be fair. I did pick EDG, the 2-1 LNG, because Idol, if you remember, we talked about this maybe 3-4 weeks ago. How much could we really trust the hot start of LNG? And they've continued to look okay, and they were 5-1, but they've now lost 2 series in a row, and I believe, let me check who's the last series they lost to. EDG should have been a winnable series for them, and then they lost to Rogue Warriors, which was really bad. I thought that one was the first sign of a crack in LNG that I saw, and that's why. Oh, and they lost to Billy, so they're on a 3-game losing streak actually. Why does it say 2 game? It must not be updated. Are they 5-3 or 5-4? Billy. They must be 5-4 then. 1, 2, 3. 4. Yeah. So no. I don't know. We'll talk about it later. But yeah, they've lost 3 games in a row. I really want to know though, but we'll talk about it later. So they've lost 3 in a row now. They haven't won a game since Team WE on June 19th. So it's almost been an entire month since LNG has won a game. No, sorry, they beat LGD here. Never mind. Complete whole points ruined. But there's cracks in this team. This team started out really, really hot. Yep. I'd also that is expected. It's just a name change, but it's still the same old SS. So they used to be Snake, if you did not know. But they were always known for just completely collapsing at the end of the season and just always a disappointment. So them starting out 5-1 this year was very shocking, or I should say 4-1. So now they're kind of hitting back to reality a bit, and I trusted EDG to be able to beat them. I did not trust them to beat them as bad as they beat them, if that makes sense. EDG is looking back to normal, by the way. Two game win streak, looking good. Is that a 3-game win streak now? Because it might not be updated. No, it's only 2 games because they did. EDG also got upset the Rogue Warriors. That was a very bad week for both those teams. Great week for Rogue Warriors though. But those were the games. Let's talk. Instead of that, let's talk Fun Plus our power rankings, where we have Fun Plus Phoenix still up number 1, Top still number 2. Both of them doing excellent. Fun Plus Phoenix has yet to lose. Top has only lost 1 game or 1 series to IG, and that's very respectable, even though IG has not been up to par for their normal level of play. I wanted to put IG above RNG. RNG did not play this week. IG did, but they went 2-1 against OMG, and they dominated. They got dominated, then they dominated again. So that was kind of I decided to keep them at number 4 because of that, because you really shouldn't be doing that too much to OMG. They're 2-5, and you really I think OMG is one of the worst teams in the league. Like I think I have them at 14th. Yeah, I do. So top 4 stays the same. Those top 4 definitely the top 4. I've moved Billy Billy up to number 5 with their victory over Dominus. It wasn't too much, but it was more leaning or LNG falling down. I had EDG also moving up all the way from number 8 to number 6. They beat our LNG, so that's why they had the move. Obviously, pretty much ahead of them. A better record and a better head-to-head is gonna automatically put you ahead of them. That was pretty simple. And then Sunning also unfortunately had the drop because EDG moved up 2 spots. Sunning, I think LNG is still slightly better than Sunning. I'm not convinced about Sunning as much as I should be. There's still a lot of mistrust with the spring split what Sunning did, and they're still 4-3, so they're not. I think 8th is about where I should have them. They're in 8th in the regular, like in the standings as well. Victory 5, LGD, and Team WE all moved up because I dropped JDG hard this week. JDG, they had that 3-game streak where they went really well, but they're going back to how they looked before that 3-game streak. They lose to Team WE, which is pretty unacceptable. Like Team WE's had a really bad time since Condi got caught with was it match fixing, I believe. I'm trying to remember, but yeah, they have a new jungler. And so Team WE since then has not looked good, and that's why they are actually 2-6. So losing to Team WE bad, losing to Top Esports okay. However, if we go back very quickly to show the match history for that, this was 18-4, a 17k gold lead, and then 21-2. 11-1 in towers, and an 17k gold lead. So your better game was that was 16k gold. So 16k gold down was your better game. That's not good. Like that's very bad, and that's completely unacceptable in that sense. Like even if you're facing someone like Top Esports, you should not be losing that hard. So that's why I've dropped JDG all the way from number 9 to number 13. This split. Rogue Warriors just stayed the same. Everyone else moved up above them because I still think they had a really good that 1 week, but I still don't see it too much in this team. OMG moved up to number 14. Dominus, my team, 1-6 right now. I don't feel good about it whatsoever. Makes me so sad from this team going all the way to top 6 in LPL last split, coming out of nowhere to being where people expected them to be last split at the bottom of the chain with Vici Gaming. So unfortunately, Dominus is put all the way down to 15 with their loss to Billy Billy because they kind of got blown out in both games to Billy Billy as well. And then finally, Vici Gaming's number 16. Still haven't won a series. I would bet Vici Gaming is better than Jin Air, though. I fully believe that Vici Gaming would 2-1 Jin Air. They can't. Maybe 2-0. Maybe 2-0. But since I've been watching Korea, by the way, just this spring split and summer split, Jin Air is 5-59. I hate watching that team because I've known what's gonna happen for 59 of their games. I've only been surprised 5 times. It's terrible. It's such a bad team. I feel bad because everyone's like, oh, we don't watch Vici Game beat IG tonight. Yeah, I'll lose that pick. Spoiler alert for my predictions. That's not like I like to take some upsets that I think I'll make maybe like a 40% chance to win, like stuff like that. I give that like a 2% chance. It's not that's the upset that you place the bet in Vegas. You like bet $10 and you get like $1,000 for winning. That's what they call the stupid man tax with in Vegas. I don't know what they actually call it, but something about being stupid because you see a high amount and you're like, oh, that can happen, but it so rarely happens that you're just giving Vegas free money. A time where it didn't happen is the St. Louis Blues when they were in last place in January actually won the Stanley Cup this year, even then with like 4 months later. So like halfway through the season, they were like, so think of it like Vici Gaming, like won the LPL. That guy bet $100 that like Vici Gaming would win the LPL the split, and they somehow did it. And so he won over $100,000 off $100 bet. All right, week 7 predictions. Let's go to our LPL here. Move that to this, and then we get. I lost my thing. Where is my? Okay, there it is. All right, let's go. Week 7. We got Rogue Warriors versus Victory 5. I think for me that Rogue Warriors, they are coming off. Did they win after the? No, they're coming off a 2-game winning streak, which is very big considering they have 2 wins on the year. So, and they're also off 4. They're also with 4 wins in games out of 4 wins. So they had not won a game until week 5. Unfortunately, I really think that was them way overplaying. I think that Victory 5 should be able to take care of business. I will give it. It's a 2-0 for Victory 5 in my opinion. I think that Rogue Warriors overplayed last week. Like, who knows? We have some crazy stories in other regions like Brazil, CMB. I actually don't know what they did this weekend. I haven't watched yet, but before that, they were 4-0 after starting out the season 1-5. They won their last, or like they've started 1-7, and now they're 5-7. And now 100 Thieves in NA, 1 game out of the playoffs. All of a sudden, after people were saying they're going to go 0-18. Yeah, exactly. And they beat LNG and EDG, 2 teams that are like in the top 5 at the time. It was an insane week for Rogue Warriors that I did not expect. If you bet money on Rogue Warriors, you would have made thousands of dollars. Let me just tell you that. That week, no one would have taken that. Next game, speaking of betting money and winning thousands of dollars, this is easy 2-0 for IG. Vici Gaming wins this. Vici Gaming hasn't won a series yet. How many wins does Vici Gaming have? Vici Gaming has 3 wins, which is respectable. They've won in almost half their series. They've brought them to games best of 5. Unfortunately, facing Fun Plus Phoenix was not the case. It was not going to happen. And facing IG, it's not going to happen either. Next, we have Billy versus... Nope, I'm skipping a line. We have Team WE versus Dominious Gaming. This is a 2-6 team versus a 1-6 team. If there's a series you want to skip, there's a few of them this week, but if there's a series you want to skip, this is probably one of them. Team WE, I think with Mystic on the team, I think he's. I don't know. I don't know. like I Mystic could carry them. I picked Dominious to go 2-1. That might be because I think Gala can handle Mystic pretty well, but I don't have any positive things to say about Dominious. They're 1-6, and their only win is against Vici Gaming. Like that is their only win on the entire year. Yeah, so they're looking really, really bad. On Team WE, on the other hand, at least has beaten EDG, weirdly enough, and JDG. So I'm picking Dominious, and you're like, you're an idiot. Mostly just because I'm still on that damn hype train from last split where I believe in this team. This team has shown that they could do so much with really good team fighting and just they played the game the way I like to play the game with really good team fighting. Like decision making, you get some CC, you get your tanks in the front line, you get your hyper carry mid laner, hyper carry bot laner, and you protect them, and they played the game the way I like the game to be played. Unfortunately, it is not working out this split. So I still think, in my head, I always think this is a good team. They have good potential, but it's. This is gonna be the last week. I swear. It's like a drug. It's like I'm addicted to picking them. I think I've picked them way too many times. DMO, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I picked them 5 times. This will be pick number 5 against them. I'm doing it, but I'm not confident about that prediction. That's one of those like 30-20%. Though to be fair, if they beat Team WE, they are also tied with Team WE record. It's not like Team WE is this unbeatable super powerhouse team right now. Next game, We have Billy Billy versus JDG. I think Billy Billy is on the correct path right now. I think they are definitely not going to miss playoffs this split. I think that, unfortunately, I think they're going to take their vengeance out on JDG. JDG snuck into the playoffs last split, barely passing Billy Billy on the last day for getting that 8th seed, and Billy Billy fell basically in the last 2 weeks from the 4th seed to the 9th seed. It was like really, really close, and they just had really two bad weeks of the season at the very end, and they choked out and missed the playoffs. This time, I think they take their vengeance on JDG. JDG does not look very good this split, especially after the miracle run in the spring playoffs. They had a good 3-game win streak. I just literally last week I'll say JDG is back, but the cracks were still kind of there a little bit. It's just really they're counting on Zoom and Yagao every game, and pretty much Imp had that pop off series against IG. Idol just said, "Remember last split when you were on the V5 hype train? Time to get off DMO before you crash." Yeah, I went on the V5 hype train hard enough that I said EDG was gonna miss the playoffs. Still, I take like half credit for that. That was damn close, and they didn't win a game. I said EG would miss playoffs in like week 2, and I picked Victory 5 though to be able to take down EDG and stuff, and they fell very hard last split as well. I'm I'll get off DMO soon. I swear. I'm gonna need rehab. But yeah, I think Billy Billy's going to be able to take down JDG quite easily. I just think Meteor is such a X factor for Billy Billy, and either if it's Flawless, who's had a terrible split, or the new guy who I forgot his name, the new guy, it's World 6. Yeah. Either way, don't think they're going to win. Was it World 6 or was that different? I don't remember. I think it was World 6. Next is OMG versus LNG. This is what this is what I think is the Victory 5 type of hype train, is this LNG team, because they started out hot, and now I'm like, I'm gonna pick them against OMG. I will pick them because I think OMG is one of the worst teams again, personally. I think Icon is the best thing that team has, and outside of that, they don't got much. So I'm picking Lining. However, I'm only picking them to win 2-1 because that's how shaky my confidence is. In Kanavi? Yeah, it's Kanavi. You are correct. It's not World 6. Who the hell did World 6 play? I'm blanking. He played on one of the teams this week. Was it Team WE? I don't know. But yeah, I'm picking LNG. Oh no, I meant 2-1. I put 2-0, but I meant 2-1. EDG versus Victory 5. I think that this one is all EDG. I think that Victory 5 is a pretty solid team. Possible playoffs. It's like their bottom tier playoff, where EDG has the potential to be top 5. I was gonna say top 4, and then I looked back at the top 4. I'm like, we can't get there. 5th is EDG's ceiling should be 5th, in my opinion. Maybe the other teams fall, but I don't see them being as good as those teams. However, I don't see Victory 5 having a ceiling of 5th place, so I do think this one will be a 2-1 EDG. Victory 5 isn't bad. EDG throws a lot of games. we'll be honest here. EDG they lose a lot of games that they should not lose. A lot of series they should not lose. Victory 5 is a tough enough opponent that they shouldn't play down to the level that would make them lose the series. Like Rogue Warriors just recently. EDG does that quite often. But the Victory 5 should be a challenging enough opponent that they should be able to beat them with their own level of strength. They should be playing their own level against them. OMG versus Vici Gaming. If you ever had a game skip, it wasn't Dominion's Team WE. It's this one. This one, I'm gonna do it, Idol. I'm gonna pick Vici Gaming to win their very first split, or not split. They're gonna win their very first series of the entire split, and finally not be 0 It'll be 0-8 by this point. They will be 0-8 by this point because tonight IG is going to stomp them. But I think they're gonna finally do it. I'm doing this off of the chance that I think that the only thing that OMG has is Icon, and I still don't really. But I think that Puff and Southwind are definitely able to take down. Chelly he's okay at support, but he's just transitioning from ADC. I think he's definitely had some bad moments, and Crystal hasn't really impressed me too much either, to be honest. Chalice though on the top lane, I think will get crushed to Curse, and I think that Ian or Jay, whoever they start. They also have Korn, by the way. Has Korn played a game this split? I don't remember, but I just know that they've been playing Jay and Ian. But Curse, I think they can handle Icon. They're okay enough that they can handle Icon and keep it. World 6 is also on OMG. There we go. I see him right there. Instead of Penguin. Penguin is their usual jungler. But I think Aches, I don't know. I didn't. There wasn't anything seeing me from World 6. Listen, these are two very bad teams. It's a very hard game to pick. I'm picking Vici because no team usually goes 0-18 or 0-15. So I'm thinking this might be the one that they finally win. Picking Vici doesn't feel good though. I already picked them once this split and I got embarrassed. I think I picked them to upset JDG, and Idol was just like, "You're gonna regret that pick," and I regretted that pick. It was someone that I don't remember who, but it was not. It wasn't good. Top Esports versus LGD. This one is very simple. LGD is playing okay in my opinion. They're not doing. They're 2-5. They have 7 wins though, so they've won 4. So three of their 5 losses they've gone to best of 3s. They're playing okay. They're not. They've lost 3 in a row recently though. So they started the season much better than what they've had recently with a loss to LNG and EDG and FunPlus Phoenix. Those are hard losses. So it's not to fault them too much. And they took a game off FunPlus Phoenix, which is only one of 2 teams to do that. So I think Top should be able to handle them just fine. I have a 2-0. I do have a 2-0, but they took a game off FunPlus Phoenix. They could certainly take a game off Top, but I think the losing streak continues because unfortunately for LGD, it's just a very hard schedule at the moment. Though most schedules are hard in the LPL when you have like 7 or so teams that are very damn good. Like good or great, 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 good, 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 great, good. Like I would even call Victory 5 good, to be honest. Like, so you have like 9 teams that are at the good or great level. It's tough. It's very, very tough. If you're one of the teams that aren't the 9 teams, that means 9 of your 15 games are, which is just for 60% of your schedule is against a very tough team. All right, next. We have Sunning versus Rogue Warriors. Sunning, if they lose this game, I'll know they're complete frauds. I have them winning it. But this is Rogue Warriors again. I think was just a lucky week. I don't see that happening again. Who knows? They're gonna 2-0 and just like completely make fun of me, and I'll have to eat crow all next week, apologizing to all the Rogue Warrior fans out there, and be like, "You're an idiot. You don't know our team." And I'm sorry. They would be 4 wins at that point. They'd be sitting almost in a playoff spot. I don't see it happening though. It's another 2-0 for me. Next, to quickly because we're at almost 40 minutes. RNG versus EDG. This is one of the best matches this week, not the best match of the week, which is coming up on next Sunday. Definitely watch that one. RNG versus EDG. This is going to be a very exciting match. This is EDG's test. Remember, Idol said, remember, Vici Gaming has beat OMG once in the last 2 years. They only play once a year though, or they only play twice a year, so that's only like 1 in 3. It's not the end of the world, and like it's not. It's a hard match, okay, Idol. It's Vici versus OMG. It's not a pretty pick either way. You don't like picking either of those teams. But this game, RNG EDG, will be a very, very big test for EDG. I think RNG is definitely solid top three material here, with our top four material with IG as well. 1-4. 20% win rate's pretty good for VG. What's their win rate against the rest of the league? It's got uh, it's got to be one of their better matchups that they play. Oh man, but yeah, I think I'm gonna ignoring that. I think that RNG will be able to take care of EDG, but I think this is going to be a very close series. I think that the issue is going to come down to jungling. I know we have Gigi in for EDG. He's had a lot of great games, but he's had a lot of bad games as well. And I really like Karsa on RNG. I'm a big old school Flash Wolves fan because I love like Maple. Like I'm just thinking about that. I love Maple and Sword Art. I love Karsa. They were a great team. I like Betty's my favorite LMS player. They were a great team. That Flash Wolves team. For being an LMS team, they were damn good. Yeah, and so unfortunately, I do pick RNG to win this game, 2-1. Unfortunately for EDG, not unfortunately for RNG fans. So I guess I shouldn't say unfortunately. Idol, if you can come up with the stats of Vici, what is Vici's record against all the teams in the next 2 years, and let me know if they have any teams that are much better than 1-4. I would be very interested. Next, so on Sunday, you can skip this first game. It's Dominius versus JDG. Idol, I'm going back for one more hit of that crack. I got Dominius winning against JDG, 2-1. I believe one last time, one last hail. This is the Hail Mary for me. If Dominius loses this week, either of these games, they're done. They're gone. Playoffs is over. If they win both these games, they got a shot still. They'll be 3-6, be on the outside looking in still, but they'll only be like a game or two out of the playoffs. If they lose either game, they're out. So I'm right until I die, or until they die. And if they don't win these games, they're dead. And then finally, my Dominius picks are gonna burn me. I'm at almost 70% pick rate, and I'm picking Dominius that many times. This will be my 6th Dominius pick, and if they lose both of them, it'll be 6 picks with only 1 victory. That's not good. Not good at all. DMO is out. No, Idol. They're out this week if they lose both games. They are still in it if they win both these games. I believe. They can knock out. Listen, they can knock out Sunning. Snake is probably, or LNG, not Snake, might slip out if they keep up this losing streak. Sunning possibly out. The rest of these teams are winnable matches. They're winnable. You can outperform these teams in the second half of the split, I think. But again, this is all depending on this week. It all depends. If they lose this week, I probably won't pick them for the rest of the split unless they face something like OMG. That might be the only reason. Only team. Finally, the match of the week of all regions. It's not just match of the week for the LPL. This is there is not a single match in any other region that is as good as this one. I haven't looked at any of the other matches in any other region. So we could have maybe like a Griffin Sandbox or Damwon Griffin, something like that. But I haven't looked. I don't care. This is the match of the week. Fun plus Phoenix versus IG. By far, match of the week in the world. Throughout the entire world. This is going to be the most exciting game to watch. I think that Fun plus Phoenix versus IG is going to be a bloodbath. They both love to absolutely just fight 24/7. This is going to be easily if you had to have an over-under how many kills in the series there would be, I would say there's probably going to be over, let me do some quick math here. 50 is a lot per game. Maybe I'm gonna say there's gonna be over 120 kills this series. It's gonna be over 40 kills a game. It's gonna go 3 games, and it's gonna be Fun plus Phoenix beating IG because I think that Doinby rookie is 30? You think 30 kills a game? What's that? So you're thinking it's gonna be just over 30. I'm going over 40. I think it's gonna be that crazy. I'm gonna stick with that. We'll see. We'll see. That is a little bold. I think I'm more projecting my hope of seeing a 40 kill game 3 games in a row. That would be so much fun to watch. I just think that Doinby is going to outperform Rookie, and I think that LWX will be able to outperform LWX and Crisp, I should say, will outperform Jackie Love and Balan. I don't think LWX is going to perform Jackie Love. I think that Crisp is going to outperform Balan more so, and that's going to be the main reason that they actually win. And also, Ning is definitely hit or miss. He hits more than he misses, but it's definitely hit or miss. And Tien is having a monster season. And honestly, Gimgoon is also playing phenomenal. All of FunPlus Sphinx is playing phenomenal. They're 8-0 with 16-2 record. They're arguably the best team in the world. Like, I would say that FunPlus Sphinx currently is the best team in the world. And then G2 second. And then probably Fnatic or Top Esports third. It's like Fnatic's really good as well. But yeah, I think that I think this is going to be a very, very good game. I am looking. Idol says it's going to be over 30 kills a game. I'm doubling down and saying it's going to be 4. That's not really a double. Double would be 60. I'm going to say it's going to be over 40 kills a game, and it's going to go for 3 games. FunPlus Phoenix is going to win. It's going to be 2-1. It's going to be close, but I think FunPlus Phoenix sneaks it out and moves on to a 9-0 start to the split with only 6 games left. This team's on a mission, man. They were first place in the regular season of spring split. They're going to be first place, I think, at the end of summer split. But they're not going to choke to a miracle JDG run this time around. They're going to I really think FunPlus Phoenix, if they keep playing at the level they're playing, is going to win the LPL this split. But that will be the podcast. Thank you guys for watching. And if you want to tune into a very, very spicy NA podcast on tomorrow, we will be doing that tomorrow, probably 10 p.m. Hopefully not 11 p.m. But team fight tactics kind of happens. I want them to release a top 500 for team fight tactics because I am probably 50 to 60% confident I'm probably in the top 500 in NA. Like, I win a lot of games. I'm up to 25 first places, and like I said, I'm 24 first places. But in the other ones, I'm 4th place or higher almost like 90% of my games. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you tomorrow for NA. The rest of them, LCK Tuesday, LMS Wednesday, LEC Thursday, and LMS or Wildcard Friday. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow. Good night.